from September 12th, Fleming's military intel contact. Number one, Trump has moved the RV release forward over the past 48 hours to start liquidity movement that would lead to a shotgun release, including our Tier 4B notification by Tuesday, September 15th. Number two, Trump wanted some liquidity at the upper levels to be released to Tier 3 to 4A, SKRs to Reno Core Group, Native American, some other educated settlement accounts before he made 9/11 memorial speech commemorating the terrorist tragedies 19 years ago on Friday, 9/11 morning. Number three, on Thursday, September 10th, Trump gave the RV teams a sequence of release events that had to be completed by Friday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time. He was adamant that the liquidity release had to start for Tier 4B by Friday, 9/11. Number four, a Spanish platform source, Big Sellers, flew to Reno on Thursday, September 10th and processed on September 11th. The release of level 4 funds would be between Friday afternoon and Saturday morning Reno time. Number five, RV teams were told that by 11 a.m. Pacific time Friday, September 11th, the Tier 3 and 4 paymasters were to receive notifications for timing and instructions for releases for them to access money of account they had in their accounts to do payout their downline accounts. Number six, besides catching and arresting deep state bankers and operatives trying to wire funds in the U.S., the delays of this past week had to do with getting legal Jacera Nacera restored republic measures in place and signed off for the RV release to take place now. Number seven, as of Friday, September 11th night, everything was going on schedule. Number eight, President Trump was quite distressed that the RV release has not gone yet. Number nine, on Monday, September 7th, the elders and royals met with Trump and his team to move forward as much as they could. At that time, Trump said he would have liquidity released by Wednesday, September 9th, but then Mnuchin and AG Barr had to sign off on documents related to Trump resolving the pandemic stimulus bill impasse in Congress that deep state politicians were intentionally blocking. Number 10, on Thursday, September 10th, the Department of Defense security team seized multiple wire transfers and arrested deep state operatives behind the transfers. Number 11, on September 10th, Trump ordered the RV teams to get this release starting Friday, September 11th, to commemorate 9/11 Twin Towers terrorist tragedy in which Deep State killed over 3,000 unsuspecting Americans and others across the globe. Number 12, on Friday, September 11th, at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, Trump and RV teams were up early to meet with the core group leaders, where Trump said, quote, "You have to be liquid by today, so jump to it and get the upper level started so funds can be moved forward," unquote. Number 13, the plan was to have Dubai 1 and 2 liquid, the collateral accounts liquid, and private groups liquid money of account for the shotgun release of full accessibility at all levels start when Tier 4B notification came out, scheduled for Monday, September 14th into Tuesday, September 15th. Number 14th, because the DoD had to get this release in the midst of a current war with the deep state still raging in D.C. and our cities. The DoD security teams had been understandably cautious to make the deep state cabal was as disempowered as possible from being able to interfere with the release and our exchange's redemption. Number 15, on September 10th, Trump overrode the DoD's recommendation of more delays to clean up, arrest, and remove more cabal sewage. Trump stood up to the DoD and said enough cleanup and had been done, and the DoD security teams would have to manage the risks some other way. There was an answer to many prayers. Number 16, Trump wanted the RV funds out in the economy well before the November 3rd election so he could say the economy was accelerating in a V-shaped recovery. He does not want to look like Biden, and the Democrats had an advantage over him in the economic arena. Number 17, by Wednesday, September 30th, all private exchanges redemptions tiers 3, 4A, B were scheduled to be completed in order to give us and Tier 4B enough time to finish exchanges, redemptions, and meet with the wealth managers. Number 18, from Thursday, October 1st forward, Trump planned the 10 days of disclosure where through brief public service announcements he would reference The need to move away from the fiat dollar to asset backed, gold backed currency. Go over to Nasera Jacera measures and explain debt relief and the political aspects of a transition to the restored republic. Number 19, details of the 10 days of disclosure would be filled in later in educational sessions or media broadcasts that Trump and the White Hats would have control over. Number 20, Google, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook were being brought under control by the Department of Justice and AG Barr. They would be regulated and forced to stop censoring as they were doing now without restraint. Number 21, September 10th, had meetings to get out Nasera Jacera universal basic income payments, $1,200 to $1,400 per U.S. citizen for the next 3 years and forward. Number 22, UBI would start in October 2020 after the restored republic. Federal fiscal year start on Thursday, October 1st, less than 3 weeks away. 23, Trump and RV teams ran into a lot of resistance from the IMF about pushing the start of the public Tier 5 from next Tuesday, September 15th to Thursday, October 1st. The IMF had already had everything in place for Tuesday, September 15th. All the contracts, agreements, and promises for international rates to come out on Tuesday, September 15th. Number 24, they have tested and found to work well the quantum financial system's ability to do automated audits of all transactions globally and detect fraud. Number 25, a release algorithm overnight Thursday, September 10th, locked the new rates in. Another algorithm on Sunday night, September 13th, will lock in new rates for the shotgun release on Monday through Tuesday, 14th and 15th of September. Number 26, on Thursday, September 10th, the redemption centers were processing Tier 3, 4A SKRs and putting money of account in accounts for full accessibility when Tier 4B starts. Number 27, redemption centers would have 3 shifts of staff. Each day, the third shift would be responsible for auditing the transactions of each day. Number 28, the release protocol tests have gone well. The banks have been updated on the latest exchange procedures and training. Test notification emails from banks have gone well. Test trades and payouts from the platforms have gone well. And everything was lined up for a shotgun start. 29, banks were ready for a shotgun start, and trust companies, Abbott, Downing, etc. were getting ready. 30, in the midst of serious gag order silence, some of their executives were being notified that the start was upon us. 31, this weekend the U.S. Treasury would give them special training for ZIM redemption and bond exchanges of the next 2.5 weeks. 32, the banks of Holland, England, Spain, Germany have been closed for the past 2 weeks, all in a cover-up for RV GCR global currency reset to be released. Number 33, the U.S. and other governments, including Iraq, were squarely looking at Tuesday, September 15th for the global RV shotgun release. Number 34, there was no reason to dust off the Prozac or find another block of ice for another week or two. The release was unlikely to be stopped again since Trump gave the DoD and RV teams the mandate. Number 35, rest this weekend and be ready for the change of a lifetime, the change of many lifetimes that was dead ahead of us. Be ready for your project presentation and your appointment next week. Please keep these details in prayer and be thankful that all our prayers were being answered.